Just a second of distraction or a split-second decision can completely change what happens next. Let's take a look at some notable moments caught on camera today and the safety lessons behind them. During Safety Week, keeping everyone safe isn't just the bus driver's job, it's on all of us. The owner probably didn't think this trip through Nowra, New South Wales would be the last time their 2020 ZR2 drove normally. The fact that the driver could walk out on their own shows that the safety of the people inside is what truly matters most. Luckily, no one was standing right there when it happened, so it only resulted in property damage. The person filming stayed calm enough to record the whole thing, capturing a 4-meter-long African rock python resting right in the tree. Luckily, the girl walked by at just the right time and wasn't in the path of the door when a strong gust of wind blew it open. The man called the police to track down the vehicle that dropped the wheel and asked them to handle the damage to the store. What state or city are you from? Do you see a lot of drivers running red lights like this where you live? There are probably no words left to describe how he's feeling right now. The caddy driver was a bit rushed. If he had just looked a little further ahead, he might have noticed the construction zone. The insurance company definitely doesn't want to referee this match. When the weather gets rough, passengers should stay in their seats, buckle up, and follow the crew's instructions.
Dios mío.
When a plane has an issue on the runway, a fast response from the airport fire department plays a huge role in keeping things under control. The traffic ahead had almost come to a complete stop, but the semi-truck still had too much momentum to brake in time. In Gary, Indiana, the dog was brought to safety just moments before the fierce wind hit. On the track, the car was moving at around 138 kilometers per hour. This moment probably gave the driver a much better understanding of the car's limits. When a vehicle is carrying more weight than allowed, its braking, steering, and stability can all be affected. Luckily, people recognized the danger and quickly moved away instead of standing around to watch or record the video in Venezuela. Fortunately, the light pole successfully completed an extra job that day besides just lighting the street. You shouldn't stand too close just to record a video. How's the weather where you are today? Leave your city and current temperature in the comments. When crossing between stopped cars, inch forward slowly and check each lane instead of just pulling right out into the road. It looks like the car handled the first part pretty well, but this stretch of road decided to throw a harder challenge than expected.
Oh.
The pipe testing process caused water to suddenly spray up onto the newly built road. The road surface looks normal, but a thin layer of water is enough to make tires lose their grip for a split second.
In the white Hyundai on his way to 9 a.m. Sunday Mass.
Luckily, the driver managed to slow down before turning, giving the car a better chance to avoid a dangerous situation. The girl used up most of her luck when the incident happened right next to her, but she walked away safely. Just a brief moment of distraction, and the driver had to face reported damages of around 200 million dong for the Japanese BMW. Bison are massive, incredibly strong, and can change direction very quickly, so always keep a safe distance. Securing the furniture on board and having a plan for rough seas is very important.
Oh my God! Oh no!
Just a little bit more and everyone would have made it completely to safety before the incident.
On l'a vu faire. Oh les cons, ils sont bourrés ou quoi?
Everything seemed to be right on schedule until an unexpected event forced the driver to put the delivery on hold. Maybe after this incident, the lesson about pulling the parking brake will be repeated one more time. What do you think caused this? Was it the truck driver not looking before passing, or the motorcycle choosing the wrong time to pass? According to shared reports, the driver experienced low blood sugar, causing him to lose normal control of the vehicle. Instead of looking at the logo on the hood, it's probably more important to figure out where the fire started and why it happened. The rider wanted to conquer the road, but the fence unexpectedly became an unlisted opponent in the race. The family just planned to grab dinner after the basketball game, but this uninvited guest decided to enter the restaurant through the window. The steep terrain in La Paz, combined with a large amount of mud and sediment, can cause floodwaters to speed up. Based on the 2026 traffic laws, do you think the driver will lose their license or face criminal charges? The good news is that the crossing guards reacted very quickly, helping the girl get off the tracks. How do you think she's going to start the story when she tells her husband about this tonight?
Oh my God!
A place meant for rest and fun can completely change in just a few minutes when extreme weather rolls in.
Inside! Now!
The driver of the red car probably didn't think trouble could find him while he was just sitting at a red light. Luckily, the driver wasn't hurt, even though the car made a stop that no one had planned for. The car's safety systems and the quick response of the rescue team can both make a massive difference.
That was so much bigger than the last one.
The moment a 5.7 magnitude earthquake shook Nevada. The couple sneaked a hug behind the cosmetics display and had an incident they'll never forget. Do you think authorities should add more height restriction? Warning signs further down the road? It probably wasn't until everything stopped that he realized just how close he was to the car. They paid for a boat ride and got a free upgrade to a submarine. Nearly 50 cabanas and storage units were affected, while the glass windows of almost 30 cars in the parking lot were shattered.
Right outside the wharf. Holy, the tornado. Going out. Oh, it's disappeared. Wow.
Before taking off, pilots have to carefully check the weather and technical equipment so they don't run into any unexpected issues. The ship had an unplanned launch, catching everyone nearby completely off guard.
No.
The absolute best highlight of the driver's Gatlinburg trip. Remember to lock your doors, everyone. The driver was very lucky after the crash, being able to walk out of the car on his own. At South Beach in Newport, people initially cheered as the Judy was pulled off the beach and started heading back into the water. In the supermarket, the guy didn't use or take the items before paying. The pedestrians were very lucky they weren't in the path of the roof panel when it suddenly fell. It seems the two girls were a little too determined to lift the pool. Just watching the roof disappear in a few seconds is enough to show how intense that moment was for the people inside. Do you usually trust your GPS or the actual road signs more when they give you different directions? Water leaks, underground currents, and empty spaces under the road base can cause the dirt to slowly lose its load-bearing capacity. Do you think the engine actually had a mechanical failure today, or did it just not want to work the night shift? Maybe this situation should be added to the driver's ed curriculum. The camera shows the warning system was working normally, so this footage will be important data for authorities to figure out exactly what happened. Rainfall totals topped 90 centimeters in some areas, causing deep flooding and severely affecting many reservoirs and dams. This is definitely not how anyone wants to meet an animal this close up. The driver behind had to brake and swerve very quickly to avoid getting caught up in the crash. After the incident, Schertz police reminded drivers to be especially careful when crossing railroad tracks. The moment a £6 million luxury yacht ran into trouble. That's the reason why FedEx has a policy against reversing their trucks. The girl didn't expect to witness such a major incident right in front of her eyes on an otherwise normal day. The final guests have boarded and the trip can officially begin. In areas that get heavy snow, do you think marinas should reinforce their structures or install automated snow removal systems? According to shared information, the car had to make an evasive maneuver but ended up losing control and crashing into the store.
Look at that.
He only had a few seconds to make a decision, and this time, quick reflexes helped him escape the situation. The Coyote today seemed to carry a confidence much bigger than its actual size.
Oh my goodness.
The Matanuska ferry that day probably made a stop at Ocean Beauty much closer than the schedule planned for. Stormy weather caused a 55-meter-tall Christmas tree to suddenly collapse. As a result, both the ship and the pier area in Amsterdam Nord had to temporarily halt operations. A normal trip suddenly had to stop after a collision that no one on board was expecting. Waves nearly 4 meters high continuously battered the northern coast of Peru, forcing hundreds of beaches and multiple ports to close down.
Les estoy diciendo hace rato.
This is an overload test. It's a procedure to confirm the equipment's safety margin before it goes into actual use. Fortunately, the girl driving the AUV always had experienced professionals right there to guide her. This is exactly why you shouldn't build right underneath power lines. Luckily, while the incident caused major damage to the bridge, no injuries were reported. Following the incident, a lawsuit was filed demanding compensation for the related damages. The moment where just a few meters is enough to make the difference between pure luck and a major disaster. In Estero Lee County Police had to deploy a grappler device to stop the suspect's vehicle. This driver going against the flow definitely caught the attention of many others and will be paying a very high administrative fine. If they had reacted just a split second slower, this situation could have ended entirely differently.
Boss!
When controlling the car is already this difficult, the rest of the story pretty much needs no introduction. Before heading out to sea, checking the weather forecast, wave conditions, and life-saving equipment is always important to stay safe. Preliminary reports suggest that improperly loaded containers and uneven weight distribution caused the ship's center of gravity to become unstable. The steep terrain caused rainwater to quickly pool in the low-lying areas, creating a flash flood with incredible speed and sweeping force. Maybe double solid yellow lines still aren't convincing enough. They might need to upgrade to triple lines to get drivers to pay attention. The unsafe vehicle was promptly stopped by the police, taking control of the situation and reducing the risk of further incidents. What's notable is that an observant driver helped the police block the road, playing a part in ending the pursuit.
Terremoto! Jessica, terremoto!
Just looking at everyone's reactions is enough to understand the level of panic when the ground starts shaking that violently. On the Mars, Dieppe the ship headed out into the Wadden Sea in 25-knot winds, making the journey quite a challenge. Luckily, no casualties were reported at the time, even though the damage to the structure and vehicles was pretty significant. The surveillance camera captured the whole thing, helping to clear up exactly how the incident happened, rather than just relying on stories told afterward. China Airlines Flight 642 encountered an issue while landing in severe weather caused by Typhoon Sam.
Oh my god! It's crashed!
Oh my god.
Oh my...
What do you think caused this? Was it more about speed braking too hard, or just vehicle control skills? For slopes with low visibility advance warning signs are especially important for drivers to prepare ahead of time. They might not have caught a lot of fish today, but they definitely won't be short of stories to tell when they get home. The car wash area should add signs and barriers to keep people out, ensuring everyone's safety. When loading vehicles onto a ferry, specialized support equipment and an experienced guide are essential to ensure safety. According to the Fayette County Sheriff's Office, the cause was the pickup truck driver failing to obey the stop sign to ensure safety. Mountain rescue work doesn't just require precise flying skills. It also demands constantly evaluating the wind terrain and safe clearance. When the water is strong enough to move a car weighing several tons. When transporting vehicles near the ocean, the straps and tie-down points must be strong enough to withstand both the movement of the ship and the force of the waves. Just taking a few more seconds to look before steering could have made this situation turn out completely differently.
Emergency video.
The girl quickly realized her actions had startled the driver and decided to turn around to apologize. A peaceful neighborhood can change completely when a natural disaster strikes this suddenly. When going through an intersection, slowing down and carefully checking all directions is always the simplest way to avoid unexpected situations. In a fragile ecosystem like the Galapagos, a fuel spill needs to be handled very quickly to limit the environmental impact. With maximum winds reaching 234 kilometers per hour or 145 miles per hour near the eye. Yagi was recorded as the second strongest tropical cyclone in the world at that time. Ice tsunami. A massive glacier collapse pushes a surge of ice forward. Luckily, the final waves brought the boat back close to the shore safely. The sky suddenly turned into a bizarre, glowing green scene. It looked completely unreal. The controlled collapse of a crane used for unloading cargo from ships to the shore. Demolition of the luckiest church after the damage caused by the earthquake in Colombia. Sudden floodwaters washed away a bridge spanning the valley and several parked vehicles nearby. Luckily, no one was injured. A Tuai Airways Boeing 737, MAX 8, performing a go-around in strong crosswinds at Newcastle International Airport.
Por favor, bien más.
In Williamsport, Pennsylvania, the boat had no one on board when it was swept away, so the damage was mostly limited to the vessel itself. Rare clouds put on a spectacular display in the California sky. Rescue teams dug out 6 cars buried by an avalanche in a parking lot in the Elbrus region. This moment really shows why even windows need nerves of steel. In Venice, Italy, the MSC Opera cruise ship lost control while approaching the dock and crashed into the pier area.
Gunit pa, gunit! Gunit pa, gunit tayo! Gunit pa, gunit!
The storm rolled in after humidity levels abnormally spiked to 90% early in the morning.
Probably.
Don't stand too close to giant waves just for a video. Move to a safe spot before pulling your phone out to record. The bison was completely unbothered by the geyser erupting right behind it at Yellowstone National Park. At night, visibility is low. Just a few seconds of distraction can cause a driver to spot an obstacle way too late. A timely decision to cooperate can help both the people on the boat and the officers on duty avoid unnecessary risks. The truck driver was originally in the right lane, but after dodging, he ended up looking like he was driving into oncoming traffic. This captain is incredibly experienced and calm, handling the situation with almost no pressure affecting his decisions. The landslide happened in Weatherford Canyon, east of Flagstaff, about 4 miles upstream from Highway 89. When floodwaters start pouring into a neighborhood, the top priority is getting to higher, safer ground, rather than trying to stay and protect your property. A train loaded with fresh 737 MAX fuselages arrived at RNT.
Yeah, you guys are okay. Yeah.
A tornado swept near the Emmanuel Church in Greenwood, creating an unexpected scene right next to the church grounds. The whole class calmly followed procedure right in the middle of an earthquake, showing just how important emergency skills education really is.
That was the big trick. Okay. So.
The moment he picked up the cat turned into a really heartwarming highlight. Large container ships carry a lot of momentum, meaning any slowdowns or direction changes have to happen early on. The boat's speed and stability were improved by engineers after tens of thousands of hours of research. When you can't tell the depth or speed of the water, the safest choice is always to turn around and find another route. The bridge, which was a vital connection, had a section washed away by floodwaters, leaving the surrounding area almost completely isolated. The moment a hospital building collapsed in Calabar following a mudslide caused by heavy rain. Fortunately, everyone safely evacuated before the incident happened.
पूरा मकान जड़ से चला गया।
What do you think caused this incident?
As powerful waves of mud washed down the hills of Burbank Tuesday.
If you saw mud starting to spill onto the road ahead, would you turn around right away or stop at a higher point to wait for things to settle down?
Look how high the water came up.
During the storm, the area that had been charred by the Latuna fire last September was especially vulnerable.
Cơn lũ lịch sử tràn qua tỉnh Quý Châu, Trung Quốc đã khiến nhiều khu vực bị nhấn chìm trong biển nước. Phối kết hợp với lượng nước đổ về từ thượng nguồn, nhiều con sông trên địa bàn huyện Dung Giang, tỉnh Quý Châu.
Visitors on the walkway absolutely must follow the barriers and the area's safety guidelines. The rider should step away from the motorcycle and prioritize their own safety.
My God.
Tourists should keep a safe distance and follow expert guidance when visiting areas like Solhay Mayokul. How many points out of 10 would you give this driver's handling skills? Beachgoers swimming and having fun in the glowing electric blue bioluminescent water. A suspenseful moment that keeps viewers on edge until the wheels finally leave the ground. After watching the video again, do you think the Florence Spirit or the other ship was the one that had an issue before the collision? The sharks in the Maldives are nurse sharks. This species is quite friendly to humans, but people should always be careful to stay safe. The tide on the Ganga River suddenly rose, but luckily everyone noticed in time and quickly left the area. Thank you to the drivers who actively yielded, helping the ambulance quickly get through the intersection even with a red light.
Isso é o baita problema de carregar muito peso em...
Few people noticed the truck owner's mistake in this situation. What do you think they did wrong?
Jeez. Hey.
It turns out animals also have a hard time in the snow and ice.
Sheep.
Just one forgotten step turned this car from a normal vehicle into a hazard for the structures above. Initial investigations show that a tornado caused the incident. Fortunately, no one was injured. He shouldn't try to drive through the fast-moving water because a vehicle can lose traction and get swept away very quickly. During a railroad bridge fire in Texas, the fire department decided to let the fire burn itself out.
No.
After this flood in Toledo, Spain, the car owner's first question probably isn't, "Is my car broken?" but rather, "Where is my car?" The moment a moose wanted to catch today's newest episode in Alaska. The clever way this ant colony managed to reach a high-up beehive might leave a lot of people amazed. Traffic police with highly specialized skills. Luckily, the tire issue was quickly handled thanks to everyone's help.
Tunggu. Penanda jalan.
Homestead Street, khu Old Town, khiến kính vỡ tung, mảnh vỡ văng ra vỉa hè. Theo may mắn vụ việc không gây thương tích cho người dân. Nhân chứng Anthony Spalding, một thợ cắt.
Video of an American delivery robot crashing into a bus shelter glass and then leaving the scene.
Nhưng các sự cố liên tiếp đang khiến dư luận lo ngại về mức độ an toàn và khả năng kiểm soát của công nghệ này.
Ui, gì đây? Tôi đã vô cùng ngạc nhiên khi nhìn các em này chạy bon bon trên đường. Nổi bật nhất là khu vực Los Angeles, đặc biệt là downtown Los Angeles, là một địa thành phố. Đó là em Server Robotics và Coco Robotics. Theo mình biết thì cái con robot của Server là cái con robot hoạt động hoàn toàn bằng AI.
For many locals, Janesville isn't just an exhibition. It's a highly anticipated yearly tradition. A glowing golden sunset covers the waterways of Florida. Luckily, everyone made it safely onto the pier with the help of the locals. A surveillance camera at a Mississippi office captured the moment the tornado approached. For a large ore carrier, do you think the most strictly checked factor should be stability, hull condition, or cargo distribution? The tree was brought down safely thanks to the coordination of an expert team and technical equipment.
Oh, ngubang aja lapis.
Rescue teams driving alongside a fierce wildfire spreading across the mountains in Omish, Croatia. big thank you to the pilots who helped fight the fire and kept the mission safe. Their contribution is truly appreciated.
Oh! Hey! Hit this real quick, we're going first floor!
In the first few minutes of a major fire, an early arrival by the fire department can make a massive difference for the people in the area.
Driver's gonna get some water slide.
Arriba, Neo, diri.
It's truly heartwarming. With the car stuck in the middle of the Quickshan River, everyone still worked together to pull it out of the water. Kindness often shines the brightest in the toughest situations.
Dorong di sini dong. Le entró miedo y no aceleró, por eso. Si yo fuera ya me hubiera tirado. No está tan crecida esta.
This guy probably deserves the title of luckiest man of the year after narrowly escaping this incident. A lesson for truck drivers to carefully and safely check their surroundings before crossing an intersection. After spinning a full 180 degrees and miraculously causing no damage, the truck turned around and kept going. The old man stayed completely calm, sitting on a red plastic chair by the side of the road after the sudden moment. The car filming managed to back up just inches away from the oncoming truck. Miraculously, no one was hurt. He shrunk down, tucking himself between the fence posts, and unbelievably managed to avoid the crash. The brake failure incident shows that construction zones should have advance warning signs at least 500 meters away. The girl riding her bike crossed the road without looking, causing a sudden incident. The sturdy chassis of the BMW did a great job protecting the whole family.
But actually, this is funny. I make
The whole family was stunned when an office chair flew straight into their car's windshield. Luckily, no one was injured.
But I mean, something flew out of somebody's car and hit our windshield and cracked our...
The tree right by the road helped the guy escape a sudden disaster.
Bây giờ là tắt rồi thì nó mới hết nổ. Đấy, chưa?
Nó vẫn còn đường điện chập đang.
Fortunately, the fire department arrived at the scene right after the electrical fire broke out.
Thấy con điện chưa?
Đây thành phố Thanh Hóa.
Đấy, thấy chưa?
Đây thành phố Thanh Hóa nhá. Đường Lê Hoa.
Staying calm and steering correctly is always very important in unexpected situations. During bad weather and high winds, everyone should move to a sturdy, safe area. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to keep watching these unbelievable moments caught on camera. A woman tried to take a picture with a bison in Yellowstone and got charged. After this incident, the supercar owner also has to pay a traffic ticket for passing over a solid line. How do you think insurance will handle the damages in this case? This man probably used up all his luck for the day after this incident.
Passing in the middle of the rainforest and traipsing around the forest at night with torches fly. If I ever come across him, we used to sort of hide in this place and surrounded by this sort of...
Respecting traffic signals is always the simplest way to keep everyone safe. The weather was beautiful today, right up until the driver had their accident. Luckily, no one was hurt. The car driver was probably wondering where these pedestrians came from. Fortunately, he braked just in time. Just one sudden moment can lead to an unwanted accident. What area are you watching this video from? The guy in the white shirt had to pause his game after the car lost control. Do you think the more common mistake on the road is failing to keep a safe distance or misjudging the speed of the car ahead? The police ran into that girl 2 times in a row because of her unsafe driving habits. She should probably retake a driving course. The truck driver's brakes failed while going downhill in Russia.
Я стою на перекрестке, вот как на этот, поворачивать. На Ворошилова. Сверху спускалась газель.
Fortunately, the driver noticed and steered away just in time to lessen the impact of the crash. When driving near large vehicles in the US, keeping an eye on your surroundings and avoiding cutting them off is always the safe choice. Always stay focused and protect yourself against unexpected incidents. Everyone should keep a safe distance when they see an animal panicking. A resident in Shuvashia burst out laughing after snow fell on her from the roof. The supercar, worth about $250,000, suddenly lost control at high speed on the slippery road. A deep thank you to the excavator driver who helped clear the road after the landslide. After spinning in the air, the small truck landed perfectly in the corner of the parking lot. The moment the crash happened, it caused a traffic jam stretching for miles on the ring road near Buggery. The officer in this incident should probably get checked out at the hospital just to be safe.
Here, can you step away, please, a second? Here, can you step away, because somebody's back here. Thank you.
In this situation, do you think the driver will lose their license or just get points deducted under the 2026 traffic laws? What do you think caused this crash in Australia? Was the driver distracted or did they misjudge the distance? The car with the dash cam recorded the whole thing, providing the evidence the insurance company needs to determine the payout. Authorities should add early warning safety equipment to prevent similar incidents from happening again. Staying calm when handling a situation will help drivers avoid making unsafe decisions. The homeowner should consider building a sturdier gate to protect everyone from sudden incidents like this. A yellow weather warning for thunderstorms and rain has been issued until 8 p.m. on Tuesday. Fortunately, the guys were all safe and walked out of the car after the crash. The cause of the incident is currently being investigated by traffic police. After this incident, the billiards club might want to install some safety barriers outside their shop. Miraculously, the family members weren't hurt and were taken to the hospital for a checkup. This moment is a clear reminder that you should never stand in the blind spot between two large trucks. When a technical failure stopped the car from moving, the owner should have called authorities to issue an early warning to stop the train. How much money do you think the driver will have to pay the construction agency to repair the bridge after this crash? The incident happened while the workers were on break, completely avoiding a disaster. The man's sleep was interrupted in a very unexpected way. En route 225 in Texas, what speed should drivers maintain to stay safe when it rains? Maybe the buffalo just wanted to run into the house to ask for a drink of water. The 53-year-old van driver managed to get off the tracks, but will still face penalties for violating the 2026 traffic laws. Locals said the semi-truck driver didn't pay attention to the height clearance, causing the trailer to get tangled in a mess of power lines across the street. Authorities should conduct regular tree trimming to keep pedestrians safe. Do you want to go to the beach this summer? Fortunately, the driver managed to get out of the car in time after the sudden incident. It shows that even a small change from an icy road can cause a vehicle to lose control. Seatbelts are incredibly important in chain reaction crashes and rollovers. The driver himself said the seatbelt saved him. The utility pole served a brand new purpose, protecting the pedestrians. Luckily, an American official vehicle was right nearby and able to help out immediately.
Just had another 31 here involving a commercial.
Rhinos naturally protect their territory when they see a strange vehicle, so everyone should stay away to stay safe. A sudden incident in New York shows that a driver's health condition is the #1 thing to check before getting behind the wheel. The back doors swung open and the driver lost control of the vehicle due to the ice-slippery road. Amazingly, both the rider and the bike popped right back up and stopped in the middle of the road completely unharmed. After the crash, the driver who ran the red light had to cover all the repair costs along with the ticket for being in such a rush. The Arvin cargo ship broke in half during a storm in the Black Sea. He probably didn't teach her how to brake during their first lesson. A moment of panic from the Range Rover driver ended up damaging the cars parked on the street. There's a very strange, puzzling dynamic here between a rhino and a zookeeper. Our car can't fit between the two road dividers, but he tried to squeeze through anyway, and here's the result. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to keep watching these unbelievable moments caught on camera.
Drift all the way down, double points, go sideways, go sideways.
Do you think the driver originally planned to stop and turn, considering how smooth that maneuver was?
That's how you turn left right there. That's how you turn left. That is...
The Nissan dealership was probably surprised by a customer saying hello like this. This SUV tried to cut through the line of cars at a traffic light, causing a crash with the Lamborghini. Did you catch that last moment clearly? Let us know in the comments below. The driver stayed calm and skillfully dodged the traffic ahead when the car's brakes failed. The girls' workday probably had to be put on hold after this incident. Miraculously, the tanker driver only had minor injuries while the truck driver left the scene.
There we go! God damn it!
Do you think authorities should add a no U-turn sign or an advance warning for this area?
There is massive bits of hail hitting us at the moment, splashing into the water.
Dean Kropp captured this moment while out on a boat in Darling Harbor.
A bit crazy out here.
This stunning footage was taken earlier this week between Commerce and Jefferson. Luckily, everyone was safe after the incident. Another pedestrian quickly ran across the intersection to help the woman after the crash. Fortunately, no one was hurt. Drivers are always more cautious when driving in winter conditions. On the highway, drivers shouldn't squeeze into tiny gaps because it can make your safe following distance disappear in seconds. He didn't look too happy about having to pause his game for this incident. Passing cars at night in bad weather gives oncoming traffic no time to react before a crash.
Zulu Oscar is into a cul-de-sac. Stand by.
After the car stopped, police found out he only had an expired provisional license and no insurance.
Vehicle's being rammed. Tactical contact. Stand by. Vehicle's trying.
Towards Shipton by Edinburgh. Speed is 130, medium risk. It's high risk at this time as it's outside the carriageway. Request an IP.
A father luckily escaped a speeding car by inches, all thanks to a dropped coin. The girl will definitely have to leave her car at the shop after this collision. Luckily, both men were safe from the sudden incident. Proactively yielding to other vehicles always gives drivers more space to react and stay safe. You don't always see deer right in the middle of the day in East Kingsford, Michigan. After this incident, the drivers of the three buses could lose their licenses for passing illegally. Staying alert behind the wheel is always key to staying safe. A mattress flew off a trailer and nearly hit a car on the Florida Turnpike.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God.
Police and local media stated there were no casualties in the incident.
Oh no.
Checking the weather forecast before a trip can help drivers proactively choose a safer route. Fortunately, everyone noticed in time and managed to avoid the incident. Do you think a guy on a motorcycle got distracted by a pretty woman right then? When an athlete takes a walk with their dog along the beach. Do you think this curve needs an advance warning sign? An alligator camouflaged under a thick layer of green algae suddenly leaped out of the water. The driver needed medical attention while the two passengers in the back weren't hurt. A chicken in the Scottish Highlands wanted to have a close-up chat with him.
Stop following.
When passing drivers need to make sure they have a safe distance from the car ahead.
Jezus, wat goed dat hij heeft, die opmerking. Is tegen één paal. Oh my God. Ja, doe voor me. Ja, doe. Ja, make me learn.
The girl was a bit clumsy right at the start. It's best to get used to how the car reacts before driving to avoid an accident. Why didn't the car have a license plate to report this incident to the authorities? Luckily, the girl was still able to stand up safely after the incident. When going through a narrow construction zone, changing lanes too quickly can put a small car right in a truck's blind spot. A sudden turn at a highway exit caught the car behind completely off guard, leaving no time to react.
Opa! Oi.
Keeping a safe distance will give drivers more time to react in bad weather conditions. Her electric bike might have had a technical glitch after the incident. They lost their balance and the motorcycle launched toward a store, narrowly missing the shop owner. The driver with the dash cam was speeding, but that doesn't excuse the rude behavior of the Fiat driver. Do you think the organizers should add more barriers and crash cushions to make it safer for the drivers? If you enjoy these unbelievable moments caught on camera, like and subscribe so you don't miss our next videos. The luckiest guy on a motorcycle today. Authorities might want to look into adding dividers to minimize damage when crashes happen.
There goes.
Oh!
It's very lucky that the people nearby quickly realized what was going on and called the authorities.
It's probably a good 6 feet that way from our perspective.
Authorities issued a citation for driving under the influence and damaging road infrastructure. The security guard came over to help him stand up and lift the bike after the crash.
More cuts for Canada here because we're losing the service in January. Again, I just think that once they go, it's harder to get them back. And you know, those loans.
This narrow escape shows that staying calm and a perfectly timed lane change saved the driver from a crash.
It's hard to get service back once it's been lost.
Luckily, the man got out of the car before the incident happened. A snake slithered and clung to the undercarriage of a man's truck in Arizona.
Someone's gonna get hurt.
Thank you to everyone who didn't hesitate to step in and help during that moment. Authorities should look into repairing the road surface to prevent similar incidents from happening. In Russia, drivers need to be extra cautious in bad weather to stay safe. Only a highly skilled pilot with thousands of flight hours could handle this situation with such advanced technique.
Like 160 or something. I'm tired.
I said you were like, whoops.
Bad weather always demands advanced driving skills to avoid an accident. The driver behind had almost no time left to react to the sudden incident. Fortunately, no one was hurt. A dashcam captured the moment a landslide hit in southern Turkey. Authorities were immediately deployed to help with rescue efforts. Staying alert behind the wheel is always crucial for keeping yourself and everyone around you safe. Luckily, no one was hurt after the crash. How much do you think the driver had to pay the cargo owner in damages after this crash? Do you think insurance will cover the damages for the BMW owner in this case? Fortunately, the cars stopped in time before a crash. According to police, the driver was previously suspected of being involved in an incident at Fairmont Park and fled when officers tried to pull him over.
Press the 911 button.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Не попадаешь. Oh, that's good. Get in there.
The incredible humanity of emergency responders, always ready to help people trapped in floodwaters during bad weather. The car's stability during the pass probably helped the driver prevent a crash. After the incident, the driver learned that you need to carefully check your surroundings before turning. Only later did he realize just how lucky he really was. Regular vehicle inspections and maintenance are always the best ways to limit similar incidents. The seagulls are always ready and waiting for the fishing boat's catch. A tree crashed to the ground, narrowly missing an SUV driving in North Carolina. I wonder how that man could just stand there and calmly watch the whole thing unfold like that. Luckily, the two guys managed to get out in time. People should stay away from roofs after prolonged snowstorms. This close call is a reminder that just 1 second of rushing can lead to a massive risk. When making a turn, drivers need to check their surroundings to keep other vehicles safe. Drivers must always follow police commands to ensure their own safety and the safety of everyone around them.
Oh, they running.
Oh, car crash!
Fortunately, the light pole helped stop the car after the crash. The driver of the white car should probably retake a driving course to avoid similar lane change incidents. Miraculously, he only suffered some bruises and was discharged from the hospital after a checkup. The bear seems to really like this road roller. Drifting into the oncoming lane during a turn put the bus in a very risky situation, but luckily the driver stopped just in time. A pickup truck slid off a Texas highway on an ice-slippery road. The ship was preparing to leave Bangkok after unloading, and the issue is believed to be caused by gas in one or more of the containers. Fortunately, the girl kept a safe distance. The LED warning sign was crystal clear, so paying attention from a distance and knowing your vehicle's size is extremely important. A motorcycle dashcam captured the moment a bird flew right up to an officer while they were driving. The car pulled over probably had no idea what was going on. In bad weather, choosing a safe place to pull over can help avoid unpredictable risks. Luckily, he was able to stand back up after the crash. He shouldn't have stayed to push a rolling car. It could easily lead to an unnecessary accident. Sticking to the speed limit isn't just the law, it gives drivers more time to react to unexpected situations. A careless driver nearly caused a crash on a slippery highway. Bad weather always requires drivers to stay focused and keep a safe speed. It was quite a dramatic scene when the customer entered the restaurant, but luckily he wasn't hurt after the incident. Dashcam footage shows a police chase on I-95. Drivers should always obey police stop signals to avoid unexpected incidents.
That's Nick. Just been there.
Police said one of the suspects jumped into an empty squad car, causing a crash.
No!
An alligator nearly got hit by an SUV on a South Carolina highway. Sticking to your weight limits is always the best way to stay safe and avoid future tickets. The driver was probably confused when the car suddenly appeared out of nowhere. A driver stopped just in time when an escaped cow suddenly jumped into the oncoming lane on the highway. A man slipped and fell while trying to open his frozen car door after a North Dakota ice storm. The garbage truck driver didn't even bother to pick up the trash after the incident. A tree fell on a church due to outside forces. What do you think caused it? In the U.S., a security camera caught a bizarre wrong-way collision. How much do you think the driver's insurance will go up after this crash? A repair shop damaged a customer's car while the dashcam was recording. A family was stunned when an office chair flew straight into their car's windshield on an interstate in Utah. Regular inspections and maintenance for long-distance buses help prevent unexpected technical failures. Luckily, the man was there just in time to rescue the girl. The company that owned the truck later paid $500 to replace the mailbox. Do you think drivers should find a safe place to pull over when visibility drops to 0 in a massive storm? Stephen Hammonds' dash cam shows a police car running a red light with its sirens blaring, but the moving car couldn't stop in time.
Oh my God! Is that person drunk? Probably. She called the
An SUV narrowly missed hitting pedestrians after rolling over in a Boston intersection.
Oh my!
For more local news, you can head to our website. It's all at iwradio.co.uk.
The riderless motorcycle just kept rolling down the road after the crash. In the U.S., good speed control is always a key factor in keeping a trip safe. Luckily, no one was hurt. The lead elephant probably just spotted a new friend and walked over to say hello. In tough times, seeing everyone come together and help each other out in Brooklyn is incredibly heartwarming. For a large ore carrier, do you think the most strictly checked factor should be stability, hull condition, or cargo distribution? The tree was brought down safely thanks to the coordination of an expert team and technical equipment.
Oh, ngubang aja lapi.
Rescue teams driving alongside a fierce wildfire spreading across the mountains in Omiš, Croatia. A big thank you to the pilots who helped fight the fire and kept the mission safe. Their contribution is truly appreciated. Thanks for joining us for these incredible moments today. If you enjoyed these stories caught on camera, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next video.